Hi, welcome to another Bikes, Beans and Bits unboxing. Today we're going all out on the gadget front with one of these new little electric mini pumps for use on cycling. Always traditionally I've used the CO2 canisters with a backup mini pump, but hopefully this should save maybe a little bit of combined weight and certainly a lot of space. So let's get it unboxed. Not the cheapest thing on the market. It's around about £80 UK, but convenience and a little bit of peace of mind, hopefully, will justify the purchase cost. We've got an instruction book. Hopefully that's in a million different languages and it's not that complicated to use. Cool little bag with the Trek logo on it. What we've got in here, we've got a valve extension, a little lanyard, USB-C cable. What else is in here? That looks like a little Schrader valve adapter and a Presta valve adapter, and a needle for doing footballs or basketballs or such like. I'm guessing this is the little pump. Quite like the packaging. There's no plastic anywhere. Right, so the pump itself is quite small and compact. Got the Trek branding. Don't know why we've got a threaded mount in it just yet, but we'll find a use for that in a minute. Single flap on the side for the USB-C. Right, how do we turn it on? Off to a good start here. Can't turn it on. Usually the devices come with some charging. There we go, it's a long press on the center button. So we can see there we've got a nice little screen with units of measurement, battery level, and what's that? I'm guessing that is a target pressure. Keep our finger on the button and that counts up. Let's see what we'll go to and max out at. Well into 3 digits, so it maxes out at 120 psi. I tend to ride still on tubes, so 25mm tyres, I ride about 95 psi normally. I should really convert to tubeless and wider tyres and follow the hype at some point, but one day. On the bottom of the unit we seem to have a little torch, but maybe that, oh there we go, quick press, nice little bright torch on the bottom, and a little indicator in the screen, to show that it's on. Not that it should be a problem, so it'll be lighting up everything. Right, let's see what the noise is like. noisy little sod, but feels like a little powerful unit. So if we take one of the little valves, we can screw that in, and that would be ready to inflate a standard Presta tyre. Or if we take that out, we can use the extension hose and then screw the Presta adapter into the end of the hose. Always prefer having a bit of space away from tyre valves. You know, last thing you want to do on the side of the road is pull a little bit too hard on a valve and then end up breaking the valve core out. So it looks like the unit's got an automatic shut off if you don't use it in time. Turn it back on again. Great little Trek logo. Nice. Just block the end off there, and let's have another listen to the noise. And it's under load. Soon got up to 45 psi, but very, very noisy. Don't know what it would be like when it's actually outside and not in the house, but so far, cool little product. It fits nice in the hand. You know, you'd be able to attach to the tyre, you know, and hold the pump, you know, quite comfortably, and still see the gauge. I looked at a few other pumps, and they had the gauge either on the bottom or on the top, where you, when your hand was on it, you couldn't actually see what it was doing. So weight wise, let's compare to how I would normally, you know, travel on the bike. So scales are zeroed. So the pump with the extension and the Schrader adapter is 151 grams. Now I would usually ride with 2 CO2 canisters and a small mini pump that is also the adapter for the canisters. So 2 canisters are 117 grams, and this was the Trek Bontrager, the mini road pump. So you had a small pump on there, but you also had the ability to thread on the CO2 cartridge and then put the other outlet onto your tyre, and then that, as you squeezed the CO2 canister onto it, it sent the CO2 into it, and then if you needed a top up, you could just add to it. So what I would normally ride in my pockets is actually 190 grams, so with a little bit lighter, just by keeping the mini pump on its own. Good stuff. Coming back to this other threaded adapter, I think it's actually a storage for the other tyre adapter, so you could carry the Schrader or the Presta with you. Probably leave the little, you know, protective rubber sleeve at home, you know, just adding a little bit of extra bulk that I don't really like the look of. So there we go. Unboxing and first thoughts on the Trek Air Rush ePump. Moving on to see how long it takes to inflate a road tyre to 95 psi next. Right then, let's see whether we can blow a tyre up. So, I've just picked a random wheel can see. Turn the pump on. Target pressure of 95. Let's go. Reached the target pressure of 95. Wasn't too bad actually. Unit feels moderately warm to the touch, but certainly not hot. Down on 3 bars on the battery. A lot quicker than I expected. 95 psi. Track claim that this little pump will do 2 full inflations on a road tyre to 100 psi, and after seeing it only lose 1 bar doing 1, no reason to doubt the claims. Overall, really impressed with how he handled that. So, first thoughts on the little Trek Rush ePump. Really like it. Hopefully never need to use it on the side of the road, but I know if I do, in under 2 minutes it'll take a tyre from empty to 95 without any hassle, and no sweating or fiddling around freezing fingers with CO2 canisters. Converted.